everybody. I'm gonna just start because I see there's a delay, but welcome to my channel. I'm SJ. Welcome to SJ TV. This is going to be my first live. I need you guys to be in the chat to let me know if you hear me well. I'm going to be reviewing this episode of Blind Date, episode 1 with Arlette and Amuli. And so I'm kind of looking at a few different screens right now, so please bear with me. If you are in the chat, I just need to know that I'm heard. Let me see. Welcome to SJ TV. This is going to be my first live. I need you guys to be in the chat to let me know if you hear me well. I'm going to be reviewing this episode of Blind Date, episode 1 with Arlette and Amuli. And so I'm kind of looking at a few different screens right now, so please bear with me. If you are in the chat, I just need to know that I'm heard. Let me see. Welcome to SJ TV. This is going to be my first live. I need you guys to be in the chat to let me know if you hear me well. I'm going to be reviewing this episode of Blind Date, episode 1 with Arlette and Amuli. And so I'm kind of... Okay, so we're gonna wing it. Here we go, guys. Hopefully this turns out good. I hope I hear this. Hey. Okay. Hey Arlette. Make sure I see you guys' messages. Hey, okay. Guys, let me know if it sounds low budget. I mean my sound. Lady. Okay, there's one woman. Okay. All right. Cool set.
Oh,
man, sorry guys. Can't do nothing about it. You can clearly see I live in Asia. There it goes. Alright. Oh my gosh, another one? Here we go. This is why I pre-record all the time.
Right. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette and we are here today with Blind Date Love. Now before we begin, if you'd like to be featured in any of these upcoming episodes, the submission form will be linked in the description box below. Make sure you go ahead and fill that out. Now, this is going to be separate from Pop the Balloon. So if you want to be featured in this specific segment of Blind Date Love, go ahead and click on that submission form below just to go ahead and be considered, and we'd love to have you on. So let's go ahead and get started.
Yes.
As you see here, we do have our wonderful single lady next to me. I'm gonna go ahead and have you introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Sherelle. I'm 22. I'm an architectural drafter. So I came on this show today like I'm ready to find love. So nice. I'm really excited.
Okay. Just so the guys can know a little bit more about you, what are some things you like to do for fun?
Yeah, so a lot of my spare time is usually spent with my friends or my family, but personally my own hobbies, I've recently been getting into DJing. Okay. I don't do it in public yet, but and that's something I like to do for fun, and going to the gym, that's just my usual go-to right now.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we do have 5 single men on the other side of this curtain. Mm-hmm. I know they're just waiting to hear more about you and you more about them.
Absolutely.
And we do see here you have a set of questions.
I do.
And we're going to go through each round. You're going to ask them a couple of questions, whatever it is, get to know them. And after each round, I'm going to have you eliminate a guy until we are down to your match.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, I am.
Guys, are we ready? Are we ready over there?
If you guys can hear me.
Yes.
They don't sound ready to me, but whatever. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and have you start with your first question.
So my first question is like, can you state like a fun fact about yourself or just like anything like, to let me get to know you more?
And let's start with your name and age as well. So we'll start with contestant number 1.
Hey, I'm contestant number 1. My name is Rich. I'm 25 years old. And I would say a fun fact for me would be being involved with kids. I love the community. So that's something that I'm most definitely interested in. Just being able to connect with children and to provide resources to people that are less fortunate.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
And contestant number 2?
I'm contestant number 2. I'm Andre. I'm 30. A fun fact about me is I like to make clothes. I taught myself how to sew.
All right, just because it's a commentary and we're watching together, if I had to match her with somebody, it would be 1 and 3. Full stop. But I could be wrong.
I taught myself how to do a lot of things. I like to be very hands-on with stuff.
And now for contestant number 3.
Contestant number 3, my name is James. What I like to do is mobile bartend. I run my own mobile bartending business.
Okay.
Been doing that for about a year and a half, and
That's
I really
what's
enjoy
up.
it.
That's what's up.
Now contestant number 4.
Contestant number 4, my name is Tavier. I love to make
Tavier.
music, love all things music, love to go to concerts, festivals, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
All right, and contestant number 5.
Hi, I'm contestant number 5. My name is Kai. A fun fact about me, I guess, I love cars. I'm also an entrepreneur. I just bought my first water and ice store. I don't know. Loads of big money.
Okay, all right. Nice to meet you all.
Yeah,
Very
nice to
excited.
meet them.
Okay, go ahead and take it off with your next question for them.
A little less nerve-wracking when you don't see the person, so I think the guys are just more relaxed overall. This is cool.
So definitely something I want to know about you guys is, have you ever cheated, and do you think it's like a deal breaker in a relationship?
Okay, we jumping right on in.
Yeah.
Let's start with
Uh-oh.
contestant number
Serious.
1.
Contestant number 1, in my younger years, of course, cheating is something that you do because you learn in a relationship.
It's something that you do? I can't agree with that, brother, because I ain't never cheated on nobody, but maybe that's just me.
But in the older years, I wouldn't say so. So no. And then a deal breaker, would cheating be a deal breaker? What form of cheating? If you're communicating with someone else, I kind of feel like I'm someone who is a great man, so I don't necessarily kind of want to give in to that in a sense. But it's like, if you're so involved with me, there shouldn't be nobody else.
I agree with that.
Okay, contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, no, I never cheated, and it's definitely a deal breaker with me. Like, I don't
Exactly.
share.
Exactly.
All right, and contestant number 3.
Contestant number 3, yes, I have cheated. I don't think it's a deal breaker. I feel like it depends on the relationship, working on it, getting through it together, and just growing. And if you guys got to go your separate ways or move forward with it together, then that's what you got to do.
I don't think that sells you well when it's not a deal breaker, even for your perspective. You already said you were the one who had cheated before, so it's almost like you're justifying the act of infidelity in a relationship. So it's just not a good sign overall starting off.
Okay, contestant number 4.
Contestant number 4, honestly speaking, I don't understand the reason to cheat because, for me, I get in relationships because I, aspire that relationship. I want that relationship. So, personally, I haven't done that, but, and I do think it's a deal breaker because if you've cheated once, you're probably going to do it again. So,
Okay,
Bingo,
and contestant number
absolutely.
5.
Contestant number 5, personally, I've never cheated. I do think it's a deal breaker because I feel like it's a choice. If you chose to make that decision, step out on me, you willingly and, consciously made that decision. So you weren't thinking about me or how I would feel. So personally, it is a deal breaker for me because if it were me, I would just leave personally.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and throw in one more question in this round, and then we're going to go ahead and...
So my last question for this round is, how open are you to therapy and issues related to mental health in men?
That's a good question. Honestly, therapy is so needed in this day and age. I think one thing that I learned getting older is that had I had therapy like 15 years ago, there's just certain decisions that I just simply would not make. There were certain people I wouldn't hang around. There's just certain things that I wouldn't even allow bother me as much as they have. So I advise it, and I hope that these brothers understand that's a good sign if you say that you're open to it.
Switch it up. Let's start with contestant number 5 first.
Ooh, contestant number 5. Sorry. My parents work in the behavioral health field, so I mean, I'm always open to. I've kind of hip to it. I'm not against therapy. I just hope it's for the right reasons. It's not trying to prove a point or try and get over on somebody. Of pointing out their downfalls or where they lack. But I'm definitely down for it.
Okay, contestant number 4.
I'm contestant number 4. I think therapy is very important for everybody, and personally speaking, I've dealt with some issues that I needed therapy myself with, but didn't really go seek that. So I feel like that's very important for everybody to do, to experience. So yeah.
He seems a little too young for her.
Number 3.
Contestant number 3. I think mental health is really important, but I'm not the type to really go to therapy right now. I'm open to it, but I'd rather just communicate and see where it is with it.
You see what I mean? Like, he's actually not selling himself all that well. He said he cheated. He said it wouldn't be a deal breaker. Now he's had no experience with therapy. If she knows what's good for her, she would go with a guy who's already maybe experienced it. No judgment to this brother, but it's not looking good, especially because she can't see you.
Contestant 2, I would say I'm open to it. I've actually been to therapy when I was in the military, so yeah, it's definitely helped me out. So I wouldn't mind going. Like, if I had a problem, I wouldn't mind going to seek therapy.
Okay, and number 1.
Contestant number 1, I say I'm most definitely open to therapy. I've been in therapy. I do social work as well, and so I'm helping people out all the time. And so even healing journals, Black men healing journals, if those individuals who never had one get one. So I'm all in support of mental health.
Okay.
All right. I know you heard a lot.
I did hear a lot.
So unfortunately, it is time where we do have to eliminate someone from our lineup of men.
Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah. From the 5 different guys we've heard, whose answers weren't you really resonating with?
I think for me, the person I wasn't resonating with the most was contestant number 3.
Okay.
Reasons is the cheating, and I don't think that's something in a relationship that you can necessarily jump back. I'm sorry.
Like backpedal from,
Yeah.
recover from,
I
I guess.
don't think that's something you can
Didn't sell
necessarily
himself
work
too
through.
well. They're probably a match.
So yeah, that's my reasoning. And
Okay, so we're eliminating contestant number 3.
contestant number
Wow.
3.
Okay, contestant number
y'all.
3, let's have you come on out.
Dang. They look good together, too.
If you want to go right on over there.
Uh-oh.
All right,
They look
so
great
you want to remind us of
together.
your name again?
James.
James, okay. So James, she ended up eliminating you because of, the cheating thing and all of that.
My
If
boy
you want to kind
James.
of elaborate on what you stated a little bit more, or do you understand where she's coming from
I
as well?
understand where she's coming from. I
Yeah.
feel like it's a deal breaker for a lot of people. Like I said, it depends on the relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, we do thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. I
Mm.
Thank you
appreciate
for your
it.
time.
It's a crying shame,
Nice to meet you as
James.
well.
Look at her face. She's
Okay,
like,
that was
man.
our first elimination.
That was our first elimination.
Let's go ahead and move on to round 2. Hit them with their
Okay,
first question.
yeah. So my first question for the second round for you guys is: do you prefer a partner that's more similar to you or different?
Okay, let's start with.
If I was there, I'd say a little bit of both. I honestly would, because the one thing I've learned in marriage is that discovering somebody who's different from you is way more interesting than having a carbon copy of yourself, because that person might actually also have the same attributes that aren't so great about you. So you really want to get somebody who has a different perspective. That's what makes the whole relationship spicy or exciting, if you will.
Contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1, I would say it kind of depends. I feel like differences can make each other better, but also those similarities are important as well, because I want to do things with you. I want to go places with you, but we do have differences, then I would be comfortable with learning what you like, and then you learning what I like, and then we do it together.
Okay.
Precisely.
All right, contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, I would say it kind of, just depends on the relationship. Obviously, we would have to have some things that are different so that I would be able to get to know you and you would be able to get to know me. But on the other hand, we would definitely share some of the same things as well, because, I mean, if we're going to be working on something or a relationship, we are obviously going to have some of the same interests. But it's kind of going to go both ways.
All right, and contestant number 4.
Contestant number 4, I'll just say, pretty similar to these guys. It does really depend. For me, I find like the more you're similar with somebody, the more you can connect with them. So for me, I like to make music and do all things music related. So I like to go to concerts, festivals, do fun things, you know what I mean? And if you're not into that, it might just it might hinder our relationship just slightly. But I'm open to anything, to be honest with you. So
Yeah.
But that's not really that much depth. Once again, why I said he might be too young for her, because just by this young lady, I don't know, maybe she's 27, a little bit older or younger. The concerts and festivals, like, what are we actually talking about here? I mean, everybody, for the most part, if you're a music enthusiast, you'll enjoy a nice concert, but on a deeper level, what are we really talking about?
And number 5.
Contestant number 5. I'm kind of agree with everybody else. I do like the mix of the two, but I do like having differences. I feel like, me personally, I like to hear like a different side of a story or a different view. Especially me, I'm very used to kind of hearing people being the same idea. So I like hearing that that other perspective on it, personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, good responses.
Yeah.
Let's hit him with another question.
Okay, so my second question for you guys is, what sets you apart from other men in today's dating culture?
Uh-oh.
Okay, let's switch it up. Let's start in the middle of the lineup. Let's start with number 2.
I hope you bring some enthusiasm to this answer, because the last one is extremely nonchalant, and I think that would be a turnoff if you haven't seen the person. We'll see if I'm right.
Test number 2, I would say what makes me different is I'm pretty hands-on, and you don't have to tell me stuff. Like, I pay attention to detail, and then like my background and just things that I've been through, as far as like growing up around women. I was brought up around women, so like I just kind of I have more of a caring side. I'm not just like out here just with no feelings, or like I actually think about my actions and stuff, and I'm the type, like, I don't do stuff that I don't want done to me, because like I take things to the heart. So once I'm not feeling a certain way about you anymore, like, it ain't no coming back from that. So I kind of try to keep that in mind, as far as like how I'm moving too, so I wouldn't want to do anything that I wouldn't want you to do to me, pretty much.
Okay. All right, and let's hear from number 5.
His demeanor didn't help him out there. It was exactly like the other answer, very monotone, very dry. And if you like that, that's wonderful. But I don't know a woman who finds that to be exciting. You're on a show trying to find a lady, and you're like, yeah, because I just do this, and what? I don't get that.
5.
Not my style. Oh, here we go. Sorry, y'all.
What sets me aside, I feel like I'm my own person. So as far as like making decisions, or just really, I feel like I've gotten as far as I've gotten based off my own experiences, my own decisions I make. I'm not easily influenced, and if it's something I want to do, I'm going to do it. Obviously consideration to like who I'm with, but I'm not like a follower, and I make my own way, my own motion. So if I mess up, that's on me. I don't have to like drag anybody down with me. Like, I don't know, open my own 2 businesses by myself. I bought my dream car at 24. I just feel like I've just been moving at my own pace, doing my own thing. So I'm not really into like the other limelight.
Look at her face. She's like, dream car? Oh, okay.
Okay, and number 4.
Contestant number 4. Ultimately, what makes me different is that I'm looking for marriage, to be real. Somebody I can build with, grow with, have kids with, spend the rest of my life with.
That's good.
So this is not just like a dating show for me. It's like you know, I want to get to know you. You know, I want to know what you like, what you don't like, and hopefully, you know, the connection builds and builds and builds, so we, you know, can further that relationship and ultimately just grow together in harmony on one accord. So
Okay.
I don't think some people even understand what marriage is. I think that it sounds and looks fun, and it very much can be. I have fun in my marriage, but just based on his other answers, I don't know if he has the full grasp. You know what I'm saying? It might seem like he has more fun in him, you know?
And contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1. I would say for me, just attention to detail. I think what makes me different is just I enjoy paying attention to detail, being deliberate in what I do. And so with that being said, like everything that we're going to set out to do, we're going to be the best to do it. So whatever dreams you have, we're going to conquer those. Whatever dreams I have, we're going to conquer those. And just like contestant 4 said, you date to marry. So that's the intention. And so with the intentionality and us coming together, what's stopping us?
But I believe you, brother.
Okay.
I believe you.
All right, let's throw one more question into this round.
Okay, so another question I want to know from you guys is, what do you think is your biggest red flaw or flag?
Okay. Let's start with contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1, my biggest red flag, it would be my heart. My heart put me in bad spots of just kind of people who do me wrong, to be able to continue on and love them. And I think sometimes they can get you taken advantage of.
Okay.
Ain't that you
Contestant number
preaching?
2.
Contestant number 2, I would say the same thing. Kind of like just my heart for real. Like I be just too caring, and like I look past a lot of stuff. I give way too many second chances, and you know, like I like to be for my people. So if I mess with you, I'm gonna give you 1,000 chances before I really just be like, all right, I'm done. So that's kind of like my biggest flaw right there.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Number 4.
This is the second time he's talked about being done with people, and he didn't really give an original answer. Not looking good for this brother.
I'm not trying to steal their answers or anything, but honestly, it is my heart, because I feel like I'm a very nice person sometimes, and then that kind of comes off and rubs off in the wrong way with certain.
Sorry to cut him off. In a room full of men, the one thing you don't want to do is tag on to some other guy's mission statement. You have to assert who you are in that room as the man that you are. If you're both alpha men, if you both come in and you have a presence, stay in that presence that is you and you alone. Don't look to the left or the right, because that's going to make you look very insecure and weak. You have to stick to who you are. There's a way to say the same thing without saying the same thing. You feel me? There really is.
People, so I just try to avoid doing that, you know what I mean, because whoever I'm dating or you know, pursuing to marry, that's who I want to be with, so I don't want anything else to come in between that. So yeah, I just say it's my heart, my caring nature. It's how my family is, it's how I grew up, so can't help it, but I'm working on it.
Okay. And our last guy, contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, I feel like for me it's probably going to be like my personality. I'm a people's person, so I do network, and it's easy for me to talk to people and kind of like, you know, get my way. I mean myself into a room. I feel like that, you know, especially for if I'm going to be with somebody, I feel like they have to be able to understand that and know that like I'm not like a quiet person, so I am going to be out networking, and I feel like, you know, they just have to be strong enough and, you know, have enough security to be able to withstand that and know that I do talk. I'm not like a very quiet person. It's gotten me into rooms I wouldn't have gotten if I was quiet. So I just feel like it just needs to be respected. Like, you know, if I'm moving a certain way and I'm trying to do certain things, I expect you to understand that and allow me to do what I need to do to make sure we're good.
Okay. All right, guys, that was round 2.
It's round 2.
So it's time to eliminate someone. Who are you leaning towards eliminating?
可以玩浩源不可的理由1：多种英雄角色让你抽。啊！你干嘛？这怎么样？我抽到了！我抽到什么？特殊角。特殊角，让我下装吧。自己拍。哇！我抽到了，终于啊！切换是 RPG 模式，这就是我们的切换。
Sorry, y'all, I had to change my battery pack.
I am.
Here we go. I'll be right there. Wow, sorry, y'all. I'm here, I'll be here. This is ghetto. Okay, here we go.
I'm leaning towards contestant number 1. I'm just kind of not feeling that initial draw to him.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my
Really?
reasoning today.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have you stand on over there, and
Really?
let's go ahead and bring out contestant number 1. Hello.
Why'd she do that?
You can remind us of your name again.
Rich.
Rich. Okay, Rich. So she ended up eliminating you. I think she said she wasn't really feeling your responses. How do you feel now that you've seen her? How do you feel now that you've seen him? Like, what's going through your heads?
I mean, very beautiful. I mean, you got to be yourself and be honest. So that's how I move.
Oh man.
Was there anything specific he said that you were like, oh no?
No, I think I was just kind of leaning more towards other responses versus his. So obviously, I don't want to waste your time if I'm not getting that initial like impression or spark. So that's my reasoning today.
Okay.
I wonder if it was a little bit of intimidation. Maybe he seemed too serious for her, because I don't get that. Just look at them together. It looks like a couple that can mature together. Nothing seems juvenile about their dynamic.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on,
you.
Rich.
Appreciate
All
y'all.
right. Let's go ahead and move it up. All right. So we are now left with contestant number 2, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
Okay. We're down
It's
to
got
our
to be 5, y'all. She's got to be with 5. It's got to be this dude.
3 remaining guys. Let's go ahead and go on to round 3.
My first question for you guys will be like, what is your favorite pastime?
Okay. Let's start with contestant number 2.
My favorite pastime would be working on my businesses. Like, so I own a clothing line, so I like to make clothes. I make a lot of clothes from scratch. I like to think of a lot of new designs for upcoming seasons and stuff I want to drop. I also breed French Bulldogs, so I be with my dogs a lot.
Okay,
Or,
Eric.
you know, I do trucking as well, so I own a trucking company, so I like to take a drive. I'll take a drive at night.
Busy
And
man.
pretty much just get out, see the scenery, you know, relax, just enjoy my time, peaceful time. I kind of like to, you know, just be in my own little area, just, you know, doing my own thing, not too much going out or anything. I like to, you know, find activities or something, or, you know, really just work on myself for real. If I'm gonna pass time out, at least want to work on myself and go ahead further, continue chasing my goals and get into where I want to go.
Wake up, brother. Wake up.
Thank you. Let's hear from
Need
contestant
a Red
number
Bull?
4.
I would say my favorite pastime is traveling. I really love to travel because there's so
Same.
much beauty in traveling. Get to meet new people, network, try new cuisines and all that different kind of stuff. And I like to do a lot of adrenaline rushing things while I'm traveling, or, you know, while I'm at home too. But yeah, I would just say overall, I really love to travel and go see new things, different things, because the world is so big and there's so many people in the world. So it's like, why not experience it, you know, and learn it for yourself. And it also opens your mind to new things, new people, how they act versus how you act, because a lot of us can be very limited to our current situations or environments. And that's one thing.
She might be feeling him. I may be completely wrong, but it feels like he's just got a lot of just exploring to do. I don't get the sign that he's ready for the settle down time.
I dislike is to just have a one-sided mind. I like to be open to all people, understand all people. So traveling helps me open up and learn new things, see new things, taste new things, do new things, all the above.
Have fun.
Thank you. And let's hear from contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, I do love the gym. I feel like that's like the greatest outlet in the world. I feel like we deal with all types of problems every day in our lives. I just feel like we all need to have a good positive outlet. Besides that, I'm gonna go back to my car. I love my car. I bought a Hellcat. I love it. It's the best thing in the world. I do like what contestant number 4 said, traveling. Traveling.
That answer about the car might be similar to the cat lady. I love my cat. My cat is my best friend. I don't know how that's gonna fare.
It's great. It's nice to see the world, especially for how big it is. Especially when you live like in a local area and you haven't really been out. You don't understand how big the world is. Like when I went to Paris, opened my mind. I'm like, yo, this is real. Like this world is a real thing. So definitely the gym, my car, and traveling for sure. Pastime.
Okay.
Yeah. I definitely felt them on the traveling part as well. Me myself, I've been to 26 countries.
Hey.
So I completely understand. I think it definitely opens your mind to new worlds and just gets yourself out of that bubble of living here in the US. Like
that's right.
So yeah, it was really great to hear.
Nice.
My next question for you guys though is, if you could take me anywhere on a first date, where would you choose and why?
A rooftop.
ESJAE image generator, a powerful image editing tool tailored for professional.
Okay, let's start with contestant number 4.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like doing things that build core memories for us. So I know how to cook, so I'd like to cook for you, take you home, we can go to the movies, do whatever activity we both enjoy doing together. I definitely want to do that. But apart from that, if that's not something that's in the picture, I would say, a fancy dinner, because we got to pop out, because, we that couple. But other than that, picnic in the park is cool too. I can cook.
See what I said? It still feels like it's an Instagrammable moment for him. It's like he might want love, he might want companionship, but I don't know if he wants marriage.
Some food, we can go to the park, enjoy that, watch the sunset, nature, all that good stuff. So I'll just say anything that's really building core memories. Whoever I'm getting to know, I want to know what you like. So by the time we're doing these dates and things like that, I will already have like a mental picture of what's going to make you smile, what's going to make you laugh, and all that stuff. So
okay. All right, let's go ahead and hear from contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, for a first date, I like to have fun, and especially if I don't know you, don't know me, we need to meet on a neutral ground. So I would probably find like a little cool speakeasy, trying to show you a little something different, a little hole in the wall type of vibe. Yeah, I like them speakeasies. There's a few of them out here, so definitely probably there.
I would never say hole in the wall to a lady I'm trying to court. I mean, she might not take offense to that, but I just wouldn't ever present it that way. It's like just certain words and phrases you say. It doesn't scream elegance, upscale, Not everyone's looking for that. I'm not saying they are, but I don't know about that.
Trying something. I mean, yeah, I'd probably go the speakeasy route and get a little snack.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. And contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, it would kind of just depend, once we started texting and I kind of felt the vibe, kind of see which way I would more lean towards. But I would say something like outdoors, like something cool, like cool vibe, something not too, nothing like no club or nothing, or just something that we could both at least have a conversation at and, like enjoy the vibe and, see some scenery or something, might go somewhere. It might be a little something fun at the end of the night, like, some arcade type vibe or some type of activity or something that, we could just chill out, hang out.
It's definitely going to be something. Something is going to happen for sure. Something.
Nothing too much high pressure or nothing, something relaxed, so we can actually get to know each other and it's not, so so much pressure and so tense, you know, just come and have fun and, you know, just really feel each other out.
Okay. All right, we have one more question for this round.
So my final question for this round is, why do you think most relationships fail today?
Okay, let's start with contestant number 2.
They're like, you gonna stump me now?
I would say social media for sure. Social media is like, it has everyone thinking there's just so much out there that it's not. And then like a lot of people are really just into the hype right now. Everyone is just so focused on not missing out on something, and they think that they're gonna miss out on something. So it like kind of tends to make people do things that, you know, you wouldn't even normally do or even really want to do, but you just don't want to miss out and you want to be a part of the vibe or the whatever scene is going on. So I would definitely say like social media is a part, and like just, you know, like not being present versus being, you know, just in a whole nother world instead of being where you are.
Don't y'all go broke trying to impress people who don't care about you. That is a life lesson. Do not go broke trying to impress the other people out there who do not give a rat's nothing about you. It's not worth it. Stay in your lane.
And contestant number 5?
Contestant number 5, I'm definitely going to agree on the social media part. I also think music has a part to play into this. I feel like nobody really thinks for themselves nowadays, and it's like somebody's favorite artist says something, they're going to automatically believe it and go through it. And I just feel like it's just not, like, for example, if you go out, you're going to see the same people going out. But if you look at it on social media, it looks lit. But if you see them at the club, they're just standing around, like, just doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it looks cool, but if you're really there, if you really know what's going on, you're going to be like, yo, it's not really what's going on. So I definitely agree social media and music is just jading everybody's minds. And it's not how the real world works. It's just not. So social media and music is what I'm going to say. Nobody really thinks for themselves anymore.
Okay.
Guess it's the
And
kind of
contestant
music.
number 4.
I'll keep it short, but basically, I'll say lack of communication. It's very, very big to communicate when you're in a relationship, because when you think about it, you're gonna get married to this person, hopefully, and if that happens, things aren't always gonna be so bright. So, you know, the best way to solve those issues, those problems, is to communicate. And, you know, I found like a lot of my friends, a lot of people I'm around, you know, have problems with the relationships just because they're going to other people to talk about this and that their significant other did.
I courted my wife for 6 months, like completely no one knew, online, before I even hopped on a plane to come marry her. No one knew until we were actually at the wedding ceremony that I was getting married. Best decision of my life. Keep your business your business. Keep your business your business.
And it's like, if you would have just went to your significant other the first time, you probably wouldn't have had that issue, that problem, whatever the case may be. You could have solved it in the blink of an eye. But because you decided to go to social media, like my boy said, or, you know, you listen to the music and let that influence you, or whatever the case may be, it's like, it's not gonna work, even if you don't do those things and you don't have communication. You got to have communication overall.
Oh, here we go with a commercial. They get naked. Okay.
All right. It is the end of this round.
It is the end of the round.
I know those are pretty good responses.
They're great responses.
Unfortunately, we do have to get rid of one of those guys. We got to eliminate him.
So the person I'm picking this round to eliminate will be contestant number 2.
Okay, I'm gonna have you stand on over there.
I think he was too dry.
And contestant number 2, let me
He's
have you come on out.
probably a great guy, but it was dry.
All right, you can stand right over
Why
there.
are you walking over there like that?
Okay, so why did we lean towards eliminating contestant number 2?
I think for me, when it came around to that date question, I kind of feel like it was not really like a lot of effort, thought, or put into it when it came to what could possibly be done. But that's just me. Like, I'm definitely like a more outgoing girl, I feel like. So I don't know, I just feel like I didn't really resonate that much with your answer today.
All right, and then sorry, if you can remind us of your name again. Oh, Andre, you don't got a mic?
I got it.
Oh, there you go.
Andre.
Andre, okay. Well, Andre, we do thank you so much for coming.
Andre ready to dip. That mic is down. He's like, all right, I didn't get it next. Andre, you on a dating show, brother, with a bedazzled two-piece. All right, brother. Tracksuits.
It was a pleasure having you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We're at final round. Final round. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on to our questions. We do have contestant 4 and 5 left, so let's get in with the first question.
So what I would like to know is, what is the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Ooh, okay. Contestant number 4.
I've done a lot of spontaneous things. So, for example, I drove myself across the country, changed my life. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, originally from Kenya, but I moved to LA.
All right, my African brother.
I drove myself over there to pursue my dreams and my career. But I will say the biggest thing I've done was, I would say,
you don't have to think too hard. If you know
I'm
what
gonna
it
give
is.
you 2. I flew out of the country alone to London, had the best experience of my life. But the biggest thing I wanted to say was I jumped off like one of the buildings in Las Vegas. It's called the Strat Tower. It really boosted my confidence. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I can do anything. Like,
I mean, he's either gonna win her over or scare her right now with this answer. But this brother is a fun time. I mean, like I said, I stand by what I was assessing earlier. But he's definitely a fun time. He's an adventurer.
I'm fearful. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, yeah. All right, contestant number 5. Let's hear from you.
Contestant number 5. Geez, the most spontaneous thing I think I've ever done was kind of the same thing he did. Traveled a little bit. Went to Paris for a week, then took a train to Amsterdam. There for a week. You know, that traveling stuff and going out the country was really just a nice break from everything. But that's probably the most spontaneous thing. I was like, yeah, let me get my pass.
All right, chat. Three of y'all are watching. Who do y'all think? Please, just let me know. Who do y'all think she's going to choose between these two? Let's have a little bit of interaction, all right? I know y'all are watching. It's live. It's my first live. I want to hear from you guys. Which one? I'm going to still lean towards 5. What you think?
Passport, started checking off these countries, getting these stamps. Went to Jamaica too, but nothing compared. I was out in Paris for Fashion Week, so I was like, I gotta go. I need to get lit. And
Okay, that's
what
fine.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's showing
What
some
would you say
culture.
is the most spontaneous thing you've done?
Oh, wow.
She said, I wasn't expecting this.
Jumping out of an airplane. She seems like an adventurer.
I feel like I've done a lot in my life, but kind of piggybacking off of like them is just definitely being able to solo travel, as well as like with my best friend. We actually share the same birthday, so we always travel together, and I feel like my times with her are just always so grand, and I'm so appreciative of the time we have together.
That's
So
nice.
I would say like my times with her is always just so spontaneous. It's just, I love it. Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and start off with that second question.
So my second question is like, what's a long-term goal you guys would like to achieve?
Okay, let's start with contestant 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. Contestant number 5. Definitely financial freedom. I do not like stress. I mean, I know it's a part of like everyday life, but I know like me
It
personally,
don't gotta be. It don't gotta be.
I like to, have a good time. So I would love to be. I understand financial freedom is not necessarily like super duper tin, but I would love to just be able to do whatever I want. I just feel like I don't want to stress about bills, yada yada. So I definitely think a long-term goal is to get myself good now. So in the long run, I don't really have to worry about stuff like, like I said, I just bought my dream car at 24. I'm about to be 25. So I kind of lets you know where I plan on heading. So I'm just like, I don't really care about, the fun stuff now. Like I can do that later on if I just play on my cards right. So right now it's time to grind and build my legacy. So when I do decide to settle down, have kids and everything, I can do that without, really having to worry about it. So definitely financial freedom for sure.
Okay, contestant number 4.
Honestly, I'm really, really, really interested in building a family, because that's just something I didn't grow up with like a lot around me. As far as like intermediate family, I didn't grow up with a lot of that around me, but I have always had like cousins and aunties and uncles and stuff around me. But ultimately,
So not a lot of siblings. So there's a desire for marriage and nuclear family because he didn't have it. But that still takes time to cultivate the maturity to have that level of responsibility. So you have to know what you're signing up for. I feel like he just wants to still move around though, you know.
Just getting to where God wants
Which you can do with the right partner. You absolutely can.
me to be urgently, because life is really, really short. And when you think about it, there really is no time. Like, there's no time at all to do anything. So I just want to do everything that I'm supposed to do, everything that I'm meant to do while I'm here. And I want to succeed and strive to that at the fullest of my capabilities, basically.
I know that's right.
Okay.
All right, next question.
So, my final question for this round is, how do you like to show your affection to the people you care about?
Okay, contestant number 4.
She brought these questions out.
Whoever I love is someone that I want to be around. So if that's you, then I just want to be around you and spoil you, treat you to what you like to do. But, you know, that goes vice versa. You know, we do that towards each other, which builds a better relationship versus one person just doing something. But honestly, it's quality time, getting to know my partner, because you can never know someone 100%. There's always something that you're going to miss, or something that you need to know that you didn't know, something you can do better. And I know everyone likes attention, everyone, you know, in general. So showing that girl, that woman, attention is very important for me, because I know without that, there's a lot of problems that can, you know, that can hinder your relationship and whatever the case may be. And I don't want any problems in my relationship. So it's just quality time, attention, and yeah, just love and care, really.
I was going to say his level of optimism, his enthusiasm seems like something that would be a winning match for any woman to want to latch on to, because it's an energy, right? You don't want a guy who's coming in, or a woman who's coming in like, yeah, you know, it's just energy. No, it's energy. It's the zeal for life. It's all the things that make me want to wake up in the morning, you know? There is a way that you can sell yourself that's authentic to you without trying to be fake. So yeah, I don't know. He's winning in my book. It might not be what I see visually as a match, but I can definitely understand if it's enticing just by the energy and how he is conveying his messages.
Okay. Yeah. All right, let's hear from contestant 5.
I think for me, showing my affection, like I said, I was raised a certain way, so it's definitely going to be, I hate to say it, a little bit more on the materialistic side. I'm definitely in tune with my affections and obviously being able to speak. But I know me, like I said, I like nice things, so if you buy me some nice thing, that's my love language. So I'm
No. Bro, like, you already led with the fact that your car is your baby, and now you're going to go back to the material things. So this goes back to her earlier question about therapy. Why are the material things such a thing that you hold so dear and near to? Because at the end of the day, those possessions cannot be prioritized over her at the end of the day. They just cannot. So that's, if I were her older brother, I'd be like, that's a red flag. Because if you scratch his car, ain't no telling what he gonna do. Maybe I'm not saying he's violent. I'm just saying that the possession itself has so much on it that it doesn't seem like the connection with you is gonna trump that, because he's got things. He just told you. Don't lose sight of that. He just told you.
to reciprocate that to you, as well as, you know, as well as a verbal and, like, you know, like reassure you side. Quality time for sure. It's just, you know, I like you, I'm gonna buy you a bag or something, you know, but that's only if you my girl. That's like my girl, like, no, whatever. So, but definitely
gotta mature.
I look nice. I want you to look nice. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of it. So,
all right.
That those things are connected to his self-esteem in some way that we're not going to get in this 40-something minutes.
Tough one.
We're down to our last two guys.
Our last two men.
Elimination time. Which one out of these two contestants, all of the responses really resonated with you? You loved what you heard, whatever it may be. Which one out of these two are we eliminating?
Oh boy, here we go. I'm sorry, y'all.
餐厅美味一酱到位
You see, I live in Taiwan.
酱白酱完美融合
I don't know not one thing that they talking about. I know it's pasta and that's it.
I
Right.
think for me, it'll be contestant number 5.
Okay.
I think overall, I was kind of leaning towards the other person more, and just like the attention to detail and just like the intention of what you want going into a relationship and building that bond with the person. So I think the other person's answers resonated with me more versus contestant number 5
Because
today.
they were sincere and about you, not about the things he can get for you. Some men don't understand that that doesn't matter to most people. And if it does, you should check her heart if she really is for you. That stuff just can fade away like that.
All right, then
Both great.
You can go ahead and stand on over there. All right, contestant number 5, come on out.
Good luck, man.
I heard of have you stand there. Okay, if you want to remind us of your name again.
Hi, my name is Kai.
Hi, okay. So you did end up eliminating him.
did.
Was there anything specific he said that you were like, oh, you know what? I'm definitely going to steer more towards contestant number 4?
I think it was kind of your last comment on my final answer in terms of the materialistic. I love gifts. I love giving gifts to my friends and my family. It's also another love language of mine, but I think like that bond is much more important to me than, you know, the other stuff.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said, I was like, I was raised a certain way, so like I understand my view is gonna be a little different, but
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you.
Nice meeting you as well.
Okay. You can stay right on there, girl. Okay.
She's a little nervous. Dissecting his comment, we could take it one of two ways. I was raised a certain way could be that I was raised in some sort of poverty situation. I was raised a certain way can be inferring that I was raised with this kind of affluent lifestyle. So to change it now would be inauthentic to me. I don't know which one it is, and I'm not going to try to assign it because I don't know him. But either way, it still screams materialistic when you lead with the things that you have in order to lure someone in for a love connection. It's just not a good sell.
So you did end up picking contestant number 4.
I did.
So let's go ahead and bring out your match. Come on out.
Gung, 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 gung.
Hi.
Hello. How are you? I'll have you
Okay,
stand
okay,
right
okay,
here.
church hug.
Sure.
Tay.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So I know you said a lot of his responses like really resonated with you.
Uh-oh.
What really like sealed the deal for you?
I just think like
They got that camera angle like I had earlier trying to fix my camera. We all just trying to work it on out.
how I don't know. The way you articulated things, like that's just kind of how even I would respond to some of like my answers I asked today, and also your view on like mental health and everything. Like that's so important to me. I'm a big advocacy for therapy. So yeah, I think that's just my final.
Okay.
I was just like, okay, like I think I'm leaning more towards this way, and I think like just as we went on, that's just kind of sealed the deal for me.
All right.
That's
So now
what's up.
you see your day. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, sir?
He's happy.
Money man. I'm just playing, no, but she's a beautiful young lady.
Yeah.
I loved your responses too when she did ask you, some questions. I really like your vibe and everything like that. You have a beautiful smile as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we're real happy.
All right. Well, I can't wait to hear about this follow up.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope
Me
we get lots
too.
of
Me
dates and we hear
too.
good stuff.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
really, really happy for you too.
Yes.
Oh.
just playing.
Didn't I mention that?
All right. You guys can go on.
SJ, nowhere. I'm just playing, y'all. What you about to say, Arlette?
Thank you everyone for tuning into this episode of Blind Date Love. If you'd like to be featured in any of our upcoming episodes,
Nice, guys. I enjoyed that. That was a nice reprieve from Pop the Balloon of Fine Love. That was something a bit more intimate, not as like messy and crazy. You guys have anything to share in the chat before I go? This is my first live and I see there's 3 of you, so say hi before I say sayonara. It's been a pleasure watching with you. Even if you want to stay anonymous, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming back each and every time. just understand that this channel is definitely a labor of love. It's a lot of sacrifice. There's a lot at stake, you know, with a guy who has a family and grow, you know, all these different things that I'm trying to do with my family. So I just appreciate you guys coming to my channel, you know, liking the video, subscribing, you know, sending the videos to other people, leaving your comments. I always want to interact with you. I always want to see what you feel, because my thoughts is just one man, right? So until next time, I'm going to end this live, and I hope to see you soon. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Peace.